Log in. Check your profile page. It's the early 2000s and rock and roll is having a resurgence. The White Stripes, the Strokes, the Vines, they're your favourites. Your hair looks like this, your jeans look like this, and all you can hear is this riff. On your radio, at the shops, in your home, and in your head. You couldn't avoid Jet. They sold 6.5 million records, and it all started and ended with this guy.
And when you say it, and when you say it like that, hang on, should we fix this shit up?
It's been 6 years since he called it quits on the band, but now he's going solo. So I decided to take him on a walk down memory lane, back to where the music all started. Well, actually, he didn't want to go there. So we went to another place where the music all started. And then waited for an hour.
Where is he?
I'd be disappointed if a rock star turned up on time.
Finally, he arrived.
Thanks for doing this interview with me.
It's been an interesting day.
It has been an interesting day so far.
You took me to some places that I hadn't thought about in a long time. For us to come to the city, like this was the frontier. Carpet was notorious for being sticky. The staff weren't always nice. Felt like it was our place. The first apartment I ever got when I moved out of home with my parents was in the George up here. It was pretty debaucherous, I gotta say.
The last stop on the tour was a place Nick insisted on going. A laneway with a giant mural of himself.
I didn't quite get it completely finished, but it definitely resembles you and Jesus. I really need to put something on it so they know who it is.
That it's not Jesus.
I said, if you know Nick, you know it's not Jesus. No.
All of those places had, for whatever reason, quite a strong effect on me at a certain point.
How do you look back at that time then? It was the beginning of something.
Well, the initial period was so much fun. That was the fun part. We were still old friends, really young, full of ambition, pretty green, us against the world. All the songs were written as teenagers. The goal was, we've got to get a gig at Espy. That was the limit of our thinking.
Why did you want to make music?
When I walked into any rehearsal situation in those days, I wanted to make sure that I was bringing with me like the best riff that these three guys had ever heard. I couldn't wait to get in there and go, check this out, guys. Like that was what it was about. Every single one of us, when we all ask what was the happiest moment when you look back at it all of us say that period in Melbourne just before. It was obvious that something was going to happen, but none of us knew what. For the first time in our lives, maybe we could do anything we want. Then you throw into that a shitload of money, a little bit of jealousies, and it's like, I think I do more than you.
What are those little things that grind at a band over time?
I think monotony's huge, but I think probably more importantly, lack of respect. Lack of respect for one another. By the second album, for me personally, it became 100% obvious that this unfortunately didn't have a future. I gotta decide how personal I get, I guess. When you really do love someone, being honest is hard. How is that person gonna react to your honesty? Is he gonna crumble? Is he gonna walk away? Bottle up a lot of this stuff, then you feed it into more drinking and more drugs, and all these things become unresolved, and then they become acidic, then there's no future.
In 2004, Jet was set to make their debut at Glastonbury, until Nick's father passed away.
What was it like when you're at the height of your really opportunities and you found yourself mourning?
I felt like my whole world had exploded and I didn't know how to make sense of anything anymore.
How did you find out?
I got a call from my uncle, which was unusual. So already I'm like, okay. And he said, Nick, just wanted you to know, we were at a wedding last night and Dad had this crazy cough At a certain point he had to go home, he's gone to the hospital. He's fine, but just so you know, here's the number, give him a call. I was on the tour bus, Kings of Leon had just started. He answered the phone, and you know when you know someone so well, the moment I heard his voice, I was like, what's going on here? Like there was a tremor in it or something. And he said, Nick, mate, the doctor's just walked in the room, I can't talk to you right now. And he hung up the phone incorrectly. So I was on the bus and I heard the doctor explain to my father that he had terminal cancer. And for the first time in my life, I heard my father just break down and cry. And then, all right, Jet, 20 minutes.
When you knew Jet was over, did you know that after Jet there would be nothing?
Yeah, I so desperately needed to stop Jet that I didn't really even consider anything afterwards. I remember the night that I realized I have a big ghost that I need to confront at some point.
What was that ghost?
Just going back to music, seeing if I was still passionate about it, if I still had the capacity to do it, if I still had good ideas, worthwhile, if I was able to do something good. My goal from day one, and it's still my goal now, I don't give a shit about being famous. Success for me, after many years of trial and error, is writing a good song, writing a good, pure song, a song in which you've challenged yourself to do something better than you thought you could. I feel very proud of this album. Fundamentally, I think the songs are really, really good. But I'm glad that I was able to challenge myself to do music like this.